Welcome back to the Council of Reeds, the place to talk about nerdy stuff. I'm Dylan, joined as always by Jason,
G'day.
Nitin,
What's up, nerds?
Fommy,
Hey, hey.
and Dave.
I thought there was something smart to say, but I forgot it now.
Sure you did.
Excuses. Okay, Death of Doctor Strange and Frontiersman are our featured books this week. We're also going to talk about Super Mario movie, live action Cowboy Bebop, Star Wars Visions animated series, What If? I'm really looking forward to talking about that. And Fommy's film flashback,
Hello.
Spinal Tap.
You.
Hey.
That the Simpsons one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Kicking Muammar Gaddafi.
Alrighty. Comics. What are we going to start with?
Let's go Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I think we all read Doctor Strange.
We did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What did everybody think?
It's good. What a
Yeah, I
twist.
liked it. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, they got straight into it.
Yes. It was
Which is
all right.
good.
It was a bit exposition heavy for me. Like, it was
Yeah.
just a lot of just...
Yeah, when he's talking about the dude who, like, the backstory, and you have to, like, it doesn't match the real-time present.
Oh, yeah,
at the
like
start, it's like he's talking about one
narration.
tale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
he's talking about
narration
one
would
tale.
come in.
And then, like, it's like, okay, I'll go back and just read the narration and nothing else, and then I'll
Yeah,
just,
like his narration's talking about one thing, and then dialogue will come in, and it's
Yeah.
completely irrelevant.
Different.
And
Yeah,
you're kind of like,
exactly.
hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Never read a Doctor Strange book in a while, have you?
Also,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it-
think they did a good job of explaining the hands. In case you hadn't, hey, look,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to being a surgeon.
Surgeon Supreme, yeah.
But yeah, you had to get that out of the way, I guess.
So good to see Bats
E-
back.
Even though I think this might be fixing the Surgeon Supreme thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, this is my first exposure to Bats, the ghost dog, and I love him.
Dude, go. Bats has been around. Wade stuff. I think Bats was.
I think it was the
started with
Kate
Wade, or-
stuff.
It was the Kates, and then went into Wade. It's so cool. Dogs in books were always written the right way, always work really well, just like Pete's dog.
Well, that's my
so-
favorite bit, the little bit about, Hawkeye's dog's not a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, Jen McKay's doing some pretty good stuff at the moment. I actually was read, what was it, the first three, because the first three books of Catwoman were the King and Black tie-ins, and Jen McKay's writing that.
Black Cat.
Black Cat, yeah. And that was pretty good. And then he was doing some Carnage stuff as well. I think he did a Ravencroft, or was that Zdarsky? No, it might have been Zdarsky. Anyway, yeah.
They're grooming him for sure. He's stepping up.
Oh, definitely.
Moving into the
So
next tier.
I've been enjoying what he's been doing, and yeah, so far in this book, we've bringing it all full circle, and it was weird just seeing Wong back.
Yep.
That kind of like, for people who haven't been reading Strange, Wong's been away for quite a bit, and he was running that hotel, wasn't he?
Yes.
So he's just back. That was a bit strange for me.
Jarring. Yep.
Yeah, quite jarring. So yeah, that was like he's just back serving again. I'm like, hang on a minute. Like, I know Zelda has everything isn't back there, but it's just strange. So there could have been some explanation on that. But yeah, enjoyed the book. Really keen to see where it's going to go.
And the title gives it away what happens, so it's not really much of a spoiler. But in the book, Doctor Strange gets killed.
The mystery,
Yeah.
we don't know who.
Yes, and then, but what a twist is he sets up like a little failsafe for what happens. And when that happens, that was great.
Yeah.
And also loved
Zoids.
Zoink sounds.
Sounds.
Also loved the Baron Mordo at the end.
The Mordo
when he
bit's
comes
the
in,
best bit.
So angry that someone else killed Strange that wasn't him.
Yeah.
It's such a typical supervillain.
Like, no one's
Thing.
allowed to kill him.
How
But
dare you
it's
die
my-
without my permission?
Lee Garbett, what else has he done recently? Because the art's not bad. I quite like the style.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't think of anything. But he's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen him somewhere. Yeah, I'm just not sure.
Okay.
Is it maybe X-Men stuff? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, very good. If you like Doctor Strange, definitely worth a check out. All right, the other book of the week, feature book, is Frontiersman. So Frontiersman's new Image book. The basic premise is a former superhero has gone off grid. He's just living out in the woods by himself, talking to nobody, seeing nobody. And a young guy comes and wants him to be the face of their climate change protests or whatever, I guess, and cutting down the big redwoods. But there's a lot of superhero stuff hidden underneath that I think there's going to be a lot of superhero lore in it, building his own little mini universe. I was pleasantly surprised how good this was.
Well, you were telling me about it during the week, saying there was a bit of a Invincible vibe feeling coming from it in regards to the superhero stuff in it. So that was interesting.
There's a preview for the second issue at the back of the book, and it's like, wow, it's going to go there. Like, it's really surprising. Like, yeah. But yeah, I read it. It reminds me of Starlight a little bit, just an old man getting back into his habit.
I love Starlight.
It's great. I know this one was a bit too heavy on the theme for me, but it's all good.
On the politics of things.
Yeah, politics and like, climate change, all that. It's like, oh man,
it's a very modern book. I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it was good. Just different idea. Like he's all surprised that one of the old superheroes is like a professor now, and like I don't know, there's a lot going on. And like he's like, why don't you get one of these younger ones? They're all pro that, and they're like, the young kids like, man, they just tweet about it. They don't really give a shit. You're on the forefront of social issues back in the day. I thought very heavily, I think based off sort of old school Green Arrow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
I think that's sort of the starting point. Like, all right, what happened if Ollie just went crazy and lived in the woods?
And at the very end, you have like a who's who kind of like bio.
Yeah,
that was
handbook.
Really cool. Yeah,
Well, he's setting up a universe, so I guess it's a good thing to have.
Like name sounds weird though.
Oh yeah, name's weird.
Yeah, it's like Uni-C instead of Unicell.
Unicell.
It's Uni-C. Like he pronounces it differently when he. I think he's on the car with the guy. Yeah.
Glaze past that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. It's like, why would you do that though? It's Unicell, but it's like no, it's like it's phonetically like sounded out as a speech dialogue there. So yeah.
Just going back for a sec, that League Arbeit, it's done some pretty good stuff. Did quite a bit of Judge Dredd, some Batman, Batgirl, Loki, Agent of Asgard.
Oh yeah.
Lucifer, a couple of Spideys, and some X-Men as well.
Well, art-wise, I really like the art in this Frontiersman.
It was great.
It was very nice.
Who was the artist?
Is it Marco Ferrari?
Yeah.
Is that his cover, or is that
that's his cover? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, nice. Okay, might have to check it out.
Yeah, just something different.
Yeah.
And like more superhero, more superhero-y than I thought it was going to be.
Interesting.
But yes. Anybody else do any reading this week?
The only other thing I read was Moon Knight 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was really good. Finally kicking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Hunter's Moon dude. Yeah. The whole issue was just like a big fight, right? Yeah.
You know you're in for a good issue when that's a fun cover. It's just him laying in the suit. Like as soon as I saw the suit, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's building nicely. It's slow. But they're definitely trying to build his new world with the church and the ministry and the vampire girl sidekick sort of thing or whatever. But it's been very good.
Really enjoy the art too, and I love the coloring. That's so bright. The white, his whites compared to the Hunter's Moon. It looks so. The contrast is so cool. But then you've got like the whites of the two capes as they're fighting through the alleyways and stuff like that. It's excellent, and also how he's changing his tune a little bit and sticking up for people that he probably wouldn't be sticking up for back in the day, and changing his ways a little bit, which is one of the reasons why old mate's a bit upset with him. So yeah, it's
Well, I just
building
think
well.
the Hunter's Moon's just such a great idea that somebody hadn't done before. Okay, Moon Knight, you're the fist of Khonshu, but even a man has two fists.
Well, that was the best line. He's like,
Yeah.
a man's got two fists. I'm like, oh, that's
You think our
excellent.
God doesn't? Yeah,
So good.
yeah. And this guy's like, how come you're crap to Moon Knight? You fight, you're not trained, you don't have all the memories of all the previous fists like I do, and you're like, ooh, okay, a little bit of an iron fistiness in there.
Yes.
I thought.
Yes.
Yeah, just a great concept that, okay, yeah, a dude has two hands.
Mm.
If he's the fist, there's probably going to be a left hand as well.
Mm. And like the Arc Moon and the Full Moon, like the
Yeah.
contrast
Yeah.
in the costumes, they've set this up really well.
Yeah.
And
really
oh
like
look, it's Jed McKay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was good. That was
no,
good.
doing really well.
I also checked out this week. I checked out Aquaman, the big coming.
Oh yeah.
This was pretty good. I've never been a big fan of. Is it Jason?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Calder.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like always where's Garth? Garth was cool. I like Garth. A bit old school on my Aqualadness. But this was not bad. The art was very pretty. And, he's different. He's young, modern superhero, learning how to fill the void. He's sort of going to have to step up while Aquaman's away, sort of things. So a lot of training and
Okay.
it was. I read it just for this. I was like, I don't really care, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. Actually, I didn't mind it at all.
Seems to be a lot of that happening with DC because they're kind of pushing into the future state a bit
Yes.
more. Like
Yes.
we weren't sure how relevant future state was going to be, but future state seemed to have been kind of like a preview. So you've got Calder being Aquaman, you've got John Kent being Superman, new Batman.
Yeah. They're testing the waters.
Okay.
Yeah. So all that seems to be actually happening. We weren't sure what the relevance was going to be at first.
For sure. I don't think they were, to be honest.
Yes.
But yeah, that was all right. What else did I check out? Oh, I also checked out the Batman Secret Files, Miracle Molly. I had no idea. She's been in the Batman books recently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't read any of the Batman books lately. But this was good. This was like her origin story.
She like a robot or something?
No, she's a chick. But it's very Matrixy, this issue.
Oh.
So she was just living a normal, boring life. She's working at a robotics firm, but they don't listen to any of her ideas or whatever. But all night she'll be up talking to some dude online, talking to Morpheus. I can't remember his name. And about throwing away the shackles of the slavery of modern life and rah. And she's there. She's at dinner with her husband. She doesn't care. She's just laying on her back having sex with the husband, not caring. She's going through the motions.
Just switched off.
Yeah. And then she sort of has a go at work and tries to go, look, this is my stuff. And they're going to go, yeah, cool, you're fired. We're going to steal your ideas anyway. And then she switches. Yeah, she goes and finds Morpheus and takes the pill. And then she turns into Miracle Molly.
Starts taking Molly. Nice.
Yeah. It was different.
Interesting.
It was not bad. I didn't mind it, actually. I didn't mind it. Anybody else got anything else this week they read?
So she's in Batman universe?
Yes,
She's in
yes.
Yeah, okay. So she's in Gotham?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what she's been doing in the Batman books because I haven't been reading that lately.
Yeah, fair enough.
But these Secret Files are sort of one-shots on a character spotlight. Like there's a Huntress one and Signal one.
And villain?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe so.
Yeah, cool.
Because she comes in, spoilers, people. She comes in and she's like going to rob the husband's family. And the husband's like, Mary? And she's like, I don't know who Mary is. And she's like, you're Mary. Because she's thrown the old life away and deprogrammed.
Right.
Yeah, it was a very, very Matrix vibe, I thought.
Interesting.
Yeah. Then what about you? What do you got?
I read King Shark. And
I read that
from
too.
that. I like this.
This was good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story is King Shark, or Amonball's got to deal with the King Sharks, whatever, because he's actual, King Shark is not just a name. He's actually royalty.
Yes.
So he's got to deal with where every once in a while he gets to go back into the ocean and do his kingly duties, I guess. And this one, basically, the story at the end is every 10,000 years there's like a tournament between all the arms of the elementals for who takes control, who becomes in charge.
Mm.
So you've got the sea, you've got animals, you've got man. You've got different the airs. What are they called? The Parliament of Limbs is what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So there's a Catman and a Rhino.
And basically, and Amanda Waller puts I guess, handler with King Shark,
Yeah.
which is weird. Defacer who just does graffiti but ended up in prison because why not?
Yes.
Right.
But King Shark might have a crush on her.
Yeah, he's taking a liking to her. That's why Amanda Waller put her with him. But basically, she calls it's like Mortal Kombat, but with furries.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea. So every 10,000 a year, there's a tournament, and whoever wins gets dominant for the next planet. Is dominant on the planet for the next 10 millennia.
Wow.
So she's like, I got to make sure King Shark loses, otherwise humans, won't be the dominant species on the planet anymore.
Right.
So it was a good book.
But yeah, the best bit is when they're in prison and the Defacer chick, she's starting to fight with some chick and gets all settled until they're in the toilet, and the fire chick's going to come and beat her up until King Shark comes and just eats this bitch. Because that's my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wackier than I thought it was going to be. And I didn't expect these Mortal Kombat furries. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Pretty
You're
accurate.
Like, what is this?
I might have to have a look because I had a flick in the free comic book day one, and I was like, oh god, this looks interesting, but
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I think I'll pass, but okay, I'll have to have a look.
It's offbeat.
Yeah, sounds it. Who's the writer? Is it anyone known?
Seeley?
Yeah, Tim Seeley.
Okay.
He's been around for ages, eh?
Yeah, he's been around for
Hackslash.
ages. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Mortal Kombat of furries.
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty
a- there's a-
accurate.
There's a pod name.
I also read the trade of the original Young Avengers,
Yeah.
which I never read before.
What do you think?
It was really good.
Yeah.
I really dug it. Like
Okay.
nice Jim Chun art.
Mm.
So yeah, it was pretty good. No, I really dug it. And considering that's where the Marvel Universe, cinematic universe is going.
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
can see get a backstory on it.
Mm.
And everyone else told me it was good, so I gave it a shot. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Okay.
It's so why being very teen book aimed at younger kids audience, but it still had a lot of Avengers lore
Mm-hmm.
underneath and a lot of history that it sort of pulled on, which I think really made it work for me at the time, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great, and it was just the perfect time because it's they start when New Avengers.
This is
before New
disassembled.
Avengers assembled, yeah. So they're trying to fill the gap while the Avengers break up before New Avengers ever really happened back in the day.
Right.
But yeah, it's just good.
Nice.
I don't get enough Patriot anymore though.
Mm.
He's never in stuff.
No.
It's cool.
I didn't realize that was a deal with Patriot.
Mm.
He didn't have the powers. He was just taking the
Mutant growth hormone,
growth hormone
basically.
thing until he does get them.
Yeah.
No, it was good. And it was from Alan Heinberg, who was doing the OC at the time, I think.
Yes.
So he can sort of write for teenagers, not young people,
Yeah.
even though nobody in those shows speaks like young people.
No.
But it was really good. Like I dug the first arc more with Iron Lad than
Yes.
the second arc with the Scrolls.
Yes.
But I recommend it if you haven't read it before. This is where the Marvel Universe is going by the looks of it. So the cinematic universe is going by the looks of it. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
I thought you hadn't read it before, Mommy.
Oh, no, I haven't.
You haven't? Oh.
So check it out.
That's all I read.
All right. What about you, Dave? You got anything else this week?
No, I don't think I read. Oh, I did previews, I guess, and
Oh yeah.
that was
Yeah.
about it.
All right.
Oh,
Are you
wait,
fine?
wait,
All right,
wait,
yes.
wait, wait, wait. I did finish the first trade of Immortal Hulk.
Oh, yes.
Hey,
Yeah, so it's good, and it's starting to get confusing. So
Sounds about right.
it's only the tip of the iceberg
yeah,
there.
the second one's the Green Door, so I'll be reading that and probably figure out.
Oh, get ready for
No, you
it.
won't. You won't
Five.
figure out anything.
Yeah, I'm 49 issues in. I still don't know what the Green Door is.
I'll figure out that I won't be able to figure it out and just
Yes.
dive deeper into a hole. But yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Oh, I
exactly
can't wait
what
to
you'll do.
50.
But
Anyway.
you'll love it.
When's that out?
November.
Yeah.
Late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, late October, November.
Mm. So still a while. I mean, you farms, you read anything this week?
No, just those two. I got a couple others I need to read, but just
Yeah, me
picked,
too.
just the same as you guys. The Doctor Strange and Moon Knight, and
Yep.
just went through the bit of the previews, Marvel books, and some interesting finds there, which we'll go through soon.
Yeah.
Or straight into now.
Or do we want to have a
whichever.
look at previews then?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything they want to bring up?
Well, I got Marvel, but we don't have the full book. So, do you have anything in the full book that you want to go through first, or?
Yeah, we'll just go Marvel.
All right. So I did find it interesting that Timeless are probably after smashing some Kang last week.
Yeah.
Timeless coming out, written by Jed McKay.
Yes.
It was interesting that I think originally Joe Bennett was going to be doing art in this.
Yes.
And then they took Joe Bennett's name off the thing, but then forgot to take Joe Bennett's name off the back cover. So Timeless, I think, looks really, really cool.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Marvel's dead set because that the Marvel
It's not doing
Studios
too,
tell
isn't it?
them nothing. All of a sudden, they've gone, oh, they're doing Kang.
Okay.
Kang everywhere.
It seems to be the case,
Yeah.
but I've got no problem with it because
I'm always down for Kang.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued on what Kev Walker's going to do because I bagged him when he did Spidey, but he was also doing the off issues when Otley was doing it, so that didn't help. But then his Surgeon Supreme was really good for Strange. Him drawing a magical cancer that was in the weird, looked awesome. So yeah, it could be really interesting actually.
I think he works on the darker stuff better.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to hog it again. Devil's Reign. I'm kind of annoyed that I haven't been reading Daredevil because I think this Sadarsky run's been okay, Joff.
I'm a little bit behind.
Okay. Because he
It's-
reckons he's going on from 50.
Yeah, no, I
so
got to
he-
catch up before Devil's Reign.
Yeah,
It's good, but it's one of my pet peeves in comics.
Mm.
It's written like a bloody TV show. It's too
Yeah.
slow. It's too, especially like when it started, Netflix era of Daredevil still going, and it's written a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's good, but I just want to see some Daredevil action sometimes,
Well, I think you're going to get that in this,
Yeah.
and it looks like a lot of Kingpin too, because
Yes.
that's probably what's the major thing bringing me into it is.
Well,
because
I
I've been
would
loving what Kingpin's been
assume
doing.
it's going to be maybe the end game for Kingpin.
Well, especially with what happened recently in Spidey,
Yeah.
if spoilers, he got his son back,
Oh, okay.
so the Rose is back
Mm.
from Spidey to original first run Spidey to 60-ish when first black suit.
Yeah.
So I guess it could be like Joff just said, it could be Endgame,
Well, because
Which
he's
is-
been mayor for a long time.
and not a
Yeah.
bad thing. If because if someone takes him out, then there's the guilt and everything. Like it's obviously going to be someone in the main Daredevil cast, and the storyline around that would be massive. So
Yeah, I thought the idea in Daredevil, which was the Sewell one, I think, or that made him the mayor, and the Spidey stuff did a lot of good stuff with it, but it can't run forever.
no,
You can't have Kingpin the mayor in New York. So I think it's probably run its course, and I feel that this might be time to finish that off. Now I might be wrong, but yeah.
I don't like how it says it's a Marvel event, and it's probably just going to be like New York or Queens or whatever.
yeah, but they do these sometimes with Shadowland and stuff like that. They're still Marvel events, but they're like street level Marvel events.
Yeah.
or just character-centric ones. The last couple, like,
Hmm.
it's no different than King in Black, War of Realms.
Mm.
They're really
Carnage.
an event for its main book it's spinning out of, which I think is better than
A big,
Like,
full encompassing. Yeah. Because
if I'm
you
reading
just get
Fantastic
stupid
Four, what do I care
tie-ins.
about Spider-Man?
Yes.
You can pick and choose.
Yeah.
While we're on the Daredevil section, because it's also about getting back to Daredevil instead of
Yes.
Electric Daredevil, but new Electro mini as well, with some nice rain on the cover.
Mhm.
Looks nice.
Even the variant
I
cover.
like
has got
rain.
Nice rain on the
Yes.
cover.
Well, it's a remitter on this one. So
Yeah.
There's
that's
some,
that's
there's
why
some
it's good
great rain in this previous book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always like Electra, so a new Electra mini, I will definitely check
Because
that
that's
out.
the same. That's the 3 stories, like the
The red, black, and
the
blood.
Wolverine and the Carnage and the Deadpool ones. Yep, cool.
So they're hit and miss like any anthology, but the color scheme works for her better than anyone. Maybe.
Definitely.
So I'm definitely keen for that.
And pretty good. Declan Shelby's been doing some good stories, and Charles Soule in there as well. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. The other main one in the Marvel previews that got my attention for sure would be Avengers Forever. So Jason Aaron, part of his Avengers run that's been all in all pretty good. There's been a couple of iffy arcs, but all in all pretty good. And Avengers Forever, the old Kurt Busiek miniseries, is one of my favorite minis of all time.
It's so good.
Yeah. So anything that's going to take on that sort of concept of different Avengers from different time streams joining up. Because I love that old Avengers Forever. I'm still Dirty Songbird, still ain't been an Avenger really. Been waiting forever. Because I was all Kang and Immortus stuff. Oh, that was good stuff.
This isn't current continuity, is it?
It will be.
It will
Yes.
be? Okay, because that makes sense then. Because I'm reading that, and further down the line is Avengers 51. And I'm like, hang on a minute. Didn't I just read Avengers 49? This stuff doesn't come out for 3 months? That's a big gap between that's 4 months gap between 2 books. Big gap. Like,
Yeah.
I know, and it's not like it's, Incredible Hulk 50 or The Last Venom or anything like that. Like,
Yeah, isn't Avengers 50 like 750
Yeah.
as well? It's a big fat issue.
Yeah,
so
so
maybe
same
they're
sort of
gonna-
thing.
there we go then. That's
but
right.
it's taking
Yeah,
cool.
time
Big
with the
one.
big one.
That's why then. Cool.
And he's got that Phoenix miniseries sort of
Oh, the Echo,
Echo thing. So I get,
yeah.
I guess that's filling in. Why it's not Aaron writing it, but it's all part of his stuff, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else in the Marvel previews? Anybody?
Yeah.
There was
Yes.
Go.
the new printing of the Captain
Oh,
America: The
yes,
Truth,
Yes.
Oh,
which is in
trade.
here. So if you
Yes,
the
trade
trade for
paperback.
that,
Yes.
which hasn't been in print for a long time,
Long time.
and
And
so,
after Falcon and Winter Soldier,
yeah, if you wanted to know
People
more
wanna
about
see.
Isaiah Bradley, that's the story that was he first came out in.
Yeah,
Yes.
nice. Really
So,
good.
Oh yeah, I
Good
might
call
have
out.
to check that one out.
it's got some ugly art. Heads up, people.
I'd like the art. It's an acquired taste, I guess. Carl
It's
Baker,
ugly. It's ugly.
I like it.
But hey, I love the book. I still love the book, but the art's ugly.
I want to talk about the elephant or the spider in the room. Amazing Spider-Man.
Here we go.
5 issues from
Okay,
80
drink.
to 84.
It's all right.
How does that even
1
work?
month. This isn't even Brand New Day. What the hell? The
Well,
only thing I'll say is reading the actual captions from them, it's got me hopeful on the book.
or the
deeper
cover
it gets.
for 81 where it's Scarlet Spider versus it's Kane versus Ben Riley. I'm like, oh yeah. I think that's what it's supposed to be, is it not?
That's Miles.
It's
It's Miles.
Miles. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He's got a new costume.
Yeah, man.
I forgot he got a terrible new costume.
Yeah, you got terrible.
I just thought it was the
That would have been cool.
Kane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
But it's
Is this
issue
Jump-
82 that got me kind of interested, where there's stuff all going on inside the hospital because
Yeah.
of whatever's happened
Yes,
to Pete.
yes.
is he just in a sweatsuit, in a tracksuit?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. Because if you have a look at the
The variant you can see looks a bit more like
yeah, there's the variant, but there's also in the actual
Miles solicit.
the Miles solicit. Sorry for all the flicking peoples, but this is very important. Yeah, page 53.
How is that not with the rest of the Spidey stuff?
Yeah, because it. Yeah, who
Marvel
knows?
previews makes no sense then.
Yeah, they have their featured stuff at the beginning, and then just
So yeah, page 53, you've got this new dude in there as well, Shift, and he's got some. I actually thought the other dude. I thought Miles' new costume was Shift, and Miles. So, but look at those lats. That is ridiculous. I don't know, Nitin, if you want to show them up on the screen because you got no background, but someone's really pumping some weights because.
On the gas.
Oh, that cover was terrible. I'm looking at it. It's like
he's got a cancerous growth or something.
His whole body is a cancerous growth.
It's like even the right arm.
Exactly. Forearm. That's like, dude, it's a big muscle man.
It's like Rob Liefeld's Captain America chest.
But backwards, yeah.
Star titties.
King Conan mini.
Yes.
Jason Aaron. That got a bit of looks quite interesting.
Well, the Jason Aaron Conan little run was pretty good. A bit slow and a little monotonous. That it was sort of one and done every time, which was good. And there was an overarching arc, but it felt a bit slow. And then, but it's better than the Conan stuff we've got since. So I'm keen to see him come back. I'll jump on that.
It got a bit samey, that Aaron stuff. It was just, look how cool Conan is, which is what, a Conan story should be, but it was just every issue.
Oh, man, every like, because I've read the old Conan stories. They were pretty much that.
Yeah?
Look
cool.
how
I hadn't really
Conan
read.
is.
Yeah, I hadn't really read much Conan. But yeah, every story was just, Conan's the best.
Because they were all really, really short stories. There was only like 2 or 3 proper Conan novels.
Okay.
The rest were all like short stories that were in like, magazines, in serial magazines back in the day.
But I liked the ones that were the King Conan the best out of that Aaron run. So I'm very keen for this.
Interesting.
I just cancelled Conan off my cards. I don't know if I'll.
But wasn't it Duggan writing it now?
Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
Yeah, bloody Duggan.
Forget about Dead Presidents for me. Forget about it.
I can't. I'm going to keep going. Wastelanders.
I thought you might.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's also, I noticed on Spotify the other day when I was searching for some different things, there's Wastelanders podcasts.
Yes.
So like those Sirius XM, I don't know. So they're on Spotify as well. But there is a stack of, I don't know if they're just going to be one shots. I think may be.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping it'll be like a series, but yeah.
But I guess they might kind of be interconnecting, being there's 6 of me. So you've got a Wolverine one. So it's essentially spinning out of the Old Man Logan universe. So if you like those Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye, Old Man Star-Lord books, Old Man Quill, books, you've got a Wastelanders Wolverine, a Wastelanders Hawkeye, and Wastelanders Hawkeye is actually written by Ethan Sachs.
Yeah.
So the original writer, which is awesome.
It sold me on buying them.
Definitely. You've got a Wastelanders Doom, which looks really, really cool.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy that, then.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was already going to buy it.
Wastelanders Black Widow and a Wastelanders Star-Lord as well. So, again, I'll go back and recommend, if you haven't read those, if you like that universe and you haven't read the Star-Lord one and you like Guardians, highly recommend. Some awesome twists in it, some crazy characters brought into it, and some really, really good writing too. And yeah, make sure, gives you a bit of a, if you're getting deep into it, you get about 4 issues in, you're like, oh hell, okay, there's some good twists.
For sure.
Definitely recommend, or I definitely hope there's these continue what's been a great story lineage. I'd love to see the potential of like the Marvel animated movies or shows or anything like that to do that kind of universe.
Yes.
That could be something like, even if it touches half of what the DC universes used to, DC animated movies do, it'd be amazing.
Well, like, man, something like What If, but just Tales of the Wastelands.
Oh yeah.
Well, just
good
What If? That'd be
better.
Yeah.
What if?
Anyway,
better?
we'll get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it could be better? I'm intrigued, but I don't want to read anything about all these Death of Doctor Strange tie-ins.
Yeah.
So there's a Blade one, and there's a Black Knight one, and there's a couple of in the back of the first book. It shows what they're all these, and I'm like, oh, interesting. So, you get the last Inferno, so the last book for Hickman on X-Men for a while. So it'll be interesting what he goes on to next.
Not real comics.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
He's dead to me. Don't want to support me, I'm not supporting you. Two-way street, bitch. Oh, that's about all for Marvel. We
Yep.
also got DC stuff. Anyone see anything
Yep.
DC?
Swamp Thing, Green Hell,
Oh, I thought you'd
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
Jeff Lemire, Doug Mankey.
Yes.
It is Prestige Plus, so it's one of those big jobbies.
Yes.
But it's Jeff Lemire who is doing great stuff at the moment, and Doug Mankey, who I'm a big fan of. So I'll
Yeah, he's
definitely be
great.
picking this up. So it's going to, what's it? Doesn't say how many. 3 parts. But yeah, I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah.
I didn't actually
Yeah,
read what it's about. I just know who it is. I'm like, yep, I'm sold.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I had a bit of a read about it. It looks really. I don't read much Swamp Thing whatsoever, so I'm intrigued just to jump straight into it. So
You'd be down for it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
that-
Doug Mankey
just
can
that-
draw some grotesque.
I'm going to say that the grotesque images just on the
Mhm.
right hand side sold me, to be honest.
He's very good at that sort of art, Doug Mankey.
I
over
haven't
the
really seen
top.
him do much of it though.
No, he hasn't done a lot, but he's really good at it.
Mm.
Yeah. DC, I thought we'd have a look at Batgirls.
Yes, Cassandra Cain and
Yes.
Stephanie Brown getting their own
Yes.
title.
I'm down for that. I like both those girls. Both great characters that have been wasted at DC
Yes.
for about 15 years now.
Cassandra's the best Batgirl.
Yeah.
She's the best Batgirl.
Most interesting,
Yes.
most skilled.
What got me most interested about this is the art. I'm really like the guy that's doing the art is also doing the cover. Just the cover, I'm intrigued on what the interiors are going to be because it looks that sketchy. I don't know, just thrown together background. I don't know. Yeah, it looks. I don't know,
It's
it's very
very-
interesting.
Very
know if it's gonna be-
energetic.
Yeah, very energetic. Not probably aimed at me, but yeah, intriguing.
And not polished, but nice.
Yeah.
A little pretty ugly. Not the same style stuff, but like the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. You know, rough.
Very
and-
much
Yeah.
so.
Wow.
That bottom right page of 5 kind
Yeah.
of gives you a good.
The color
Interesting.
from the covers help it pop out as well.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
All right, well, we're on Batman, I guess. Batman, new era Batman. Tinian is gone. And he's replaced by Joshua Williamson.
What's he done before?
He did a big stint on Flash
Right.
and the New 52 stuff of Flash. Was it New 52 stuff? Or
Was it
Rebirth?
Rebirth?
It might have been Rebirth. Yeah, it was Rebirth.
Yeah.
It was.
It was like a good 50 issues
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Oh,
like
wow,
huge.
okay.
And a few other stuff at DC. And I think this sort of fell in his laps a bit abruptly because Tinian just up and left to go do the substack. Yes. Stuff. So I think that sort of, it felt like a bit rushed, and whether he's going to get the job for a long, long time or just someone to plug a hole for the moment. But yeah, the art looks all right, and a little bit you see in the cover. And I think the Tinian stuff was better than the King stuff, but I still think Batman's been a bit for a while. So I'll give that a shot and see what a new dude's got to say about Batman.
Green Arrow Stranded. It's at the back, page 30.
Oh, yeah. Is that an all ages?
Yes,
like
I
young
think
adult
so.
kind of thing?
Yeah,
I think
one of
it
those,
is, but
one of
it
those
looks-
adult
it looks cool.
novels.
I don't know. Just a little bit different. 13-year-old Ollie must learn to survive after the plane crash with his injured father. Not going to go into more than that, but yeah, I don't know. The art style, just something a little bit different. Doesn't need to be always dark and brooding.
Yeah.
That's true.
They've gone pretty hard on singling out like young adult kind of stuff. They've been pumping that stuff out.
It looks like they're pumping a lot
Trying.
of diversity stuff too. recently.
Oh, big time, big time.
Big
I think
time.
it's on you now, DC.
Yeah, seems it. Which is
But
which is good.
if you get the balance right and they're good stories, people won't care.
That's
I
exactly
think
right.
I think they've done a better job than Marvel were doing when Marvel were going too hard on it.
Yeah, okay.
I feel much better.
And they're young and also some of it's really good. I read
Yes.
the Swamp Thing one.
Yep.
About the two brothers. That was really good.
I think it's been one of their best initiatives, these little books. Because you got the two, like, I don't know why they changed the name at first. You had Zoom, we're going to be for the all ages, and then Ink, the sort of more young teen sort of book novels. And they threw those imprints away straight away. That was such a better idea. What about this one for DC, Dylan? Water Krypton, you buying this or what?
I feel like I have to.
Yeah, damn
Maybe.
right
I
you
don't
do.
know. I don't know.
Is it Venditti?
It's Venditti. Venditti's so good.
Yeah,
And Oming.
yeah.
Man, he wrote like one of the most consistent runs comics I've ever read. Like underneath like Invincible. It was Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps for like DC Rebirth. And that was good from start to finish. It was
Oh, okay.
incredible. Yeah, I think I have to.
For sure.
There's a
that art's-
robot on the cover.
Geez, that art's good.
I like robots.
So 3 copies.
Yeah, I'll try not to get into that variant hole again. Let's not do that. I was buying
Yeah.
every copy of every Superman.
I know the feeling, Dylan. I know the
Yes,
feeling.
yes. I knew
Especially
you
with
would.
a new certain symbiote #1 coming out, and they're just getting loaded on the net at the moment. Mind you, there is this 3D one that looks sensational. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but it looks so good. Yeah. Anyway.
The only other DC one that sort of took my eye was One Star Squadron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll click through it when it comes out.
Yes,
See
yes.
what it looks like.
That's
Doesn't
Steve
give you
Lieber.
enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Always love Steve Lieber. He's cool.
He's the best. He
Yeah.
sent us some little postcards.
Yeah.
For when we were getting in Superman's
Olsen?
Power, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Just the greatest
Random.
book ever.
Just in the mail. There's a
Yeah.
postcard with a sketch.
Man, I follow his Instagram. He's a random guy, so that's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Shout out to Steve Lieber. You're the
Yes.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mark Russell, he does some odd stuff.
Yeah, he does.
He's got Red Tornado in. That's sort of what took my. Oh, Red Tornado. Hello. And Power Girl.
Yeah.
Boob window.
Oh, they brought back the boob window.
Boob window. Look, right, oh, you can't see my shoulders in the way. But right here, she got boob window.
Your shoulder's still in the way.
It's censored appropriately.
That's right. But yes, that looks wacky, but potential.
Interesting.
Anybody else? Anything with DC?
I think that's
Otherwise,
about
everything
it.
else is a bit standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just mention for Dark Knight of Steel, there's like this really cool Superman variant. He's in plate armor. He's got a Zweihander.
Yep.
I have to buy that.
Dark Knight of Steel. The more you see, the more that looks good.
Yes, I'm very looking forward to it.
I think. Now this week we weren't lucky enough to get extra previews, so we don't have a previews each. But I brought the shop previews home.
Cool. What are the highlights?
We got the highlights. All right, Image. First one for Image for me, King of
Yes.
Spies. Mark Miller. I'm always a sucker for Mark Miller. So this one is with Matt Scarella. I don't know how you say his name. I can't say people's names. This is why Dylan shouldn't take me the phone. But this is the type of Mark Miller stuff I really like. So I am
Yeah. So
Look
pumped.
at that cover, man. Look at that cover.
Oh,
Cigarettes,
Oh.
whiskey, Union Jack, blood. Oh, yeah.
So-
yeah.
I've seen that on a novel cover, like a spy novel.
Yes.
I've seen that
For
cover.
sure.
Oh, for sure. But yes, that I'm pretty keen for. We've got the new Spawn team book, The Scorched. So it's all the different spawns teaming up. Gunslinger, Normal Spawn, Lady Spawn, Medieval Spawn, Redeemer. So part of the Tom McFarlane's, I'm going to put out a Spawn book every week now. After a long time of not milking it, you're going hard. I like it, Todd. Keep going. This one is by Sean Lewis. I don't know who Sean Lewis is, but it's Segovia and Sequira on art. So that's not a bad
Oh.
team up.
yes, Kevin's good.
Yeah, I like his stuff. And I think he'd fit Spawn pretty well. And like the previews, whoo, there's some good violence and action in there. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got a Noctera special on Blacktop Villain. Noctera's been good. So it's just a one shot on the villain of the piece. Still Snyder, but art this time by Cowan and art by Sotomayor, I guess. But that looks all right. One of the big surprise hits of this year comes back with a new mini Stray Dogs, Dog Days.
Yeah.
This book, out of nowhere, blew up huge. Bit of speckiness about it. And then the speckies were right, picked up for something. Whether that ever eventuates, who knows? But they were the main things I seen in Image that I thought were worth a look. Dark Horse didn't have a great deal. You've got the Icon. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. That picture, sorry. Icon.
Yes. That looked all right.
Yeah, the art looks really good.
Mm.
Mike Richardson, so the boss at
the
Dark
boss.
Horse, writing this. He doesn't give himself a writing gig very often, so there must be something about this he's keen on. But yes, it's pretty good. A bit vigilante sort of stuff, guns. It's like a dark looking Batman, I think. A darker looking Batman, maybe,
Yeah.
I guess. What else did I think? Oh, yes, the one I had flipped up for a second there. This was just for you, Tommy. Snow Angels, Volume 1. Jeff Lemire and
Nice.
Jock.
Okay.
It was a Comixology original digital series only. First time in trade.
Okay.
First time in print. So Jock, always nice. He's got that moody art, very good. I think will fit Lemire pretty nicely, I would imagine.
Any concept of what it is, or
It is.
I might put you on the spot because I do like doing that.
$3.99 US.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's just got a long one.
dun, dun, dun.
Hey,
Well, I'm sold. You say that in the first place.
Tommy loves the long ones.
Can't go wrong. Something to
Um,
sink your teeth into, you know.
on the girl's 12th birthday, their father takes two girls on an overnight skate down the trench. A coming of age ritual to teach them how to fish the frozen river and how to hunt the wild trench dogs.
Okay.
And they got to fight a
Interesting.
snowman, I think.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, so a little
Nice.
weird wackiness.
Oh.
Very Jeff Lemire, I would
What's this one
imagine.
he does?
Yeah,
Very Jeff Lemire.
there'll be some shenanigans.
I think that was about it.
Nice.
Oh wait, there was one more. What was the other one?
Buffy, right?
Yeah, that's Boom. That's not Dark Horse.
Ah.
I left Dark Horse a while ago. Well, let's get into that though. Next, IDW had nothing new. It's just Usagi, Sonic, Transformers, Turtles.
Oh, for a change, cool.
Yeah. Nothing bad, but just nothing new.
No,
Like,
they're just still
Boom.
going.
Buffy, the last Vampire Slayer. They've got all excited about this one.
is this old woman Buffy?
Oh, she's in her 50s. Yes.
Old woman Buffy.
Yes.
How does that make sense when Frey exists?
No, but the Frey's a lot further in the future.
Yeah. But then this is called the last Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's true. Oh, but the Boom stuff's their own universe.
Right, okay.
So
You know,
they're
it
getting
was
hot
a
flushes.
retelling,
Right.
reimagining. Like issue 1, Willow's a vampire straight away and stuff like that. You know, it's very
Okay,
different,
right,
very
right,
back then.
right.
So it's their own universe, I guess.
All right, so this is Hot Flushes Buffy. Okay.
Yes,
cool.
yes. They're well, I get what, because the Dark Horse stuff with the seasons had taken Buffy as far as it could. I felt that was a
Yeah.
great idea, but when Boom got it, you're like, what are they gonna do? So it's got mixed reviews and people how they feel about it because it's changed the Buffy they know, but it did have to do something. And it's been okay without being amazing. I felt.
Heard that at first it was really good.
Yeah,
Like people not necessarily super into Buffy were jumping onto the book
yes.
because it was really good. But I think that's kind of dropped off from what I've heard.
Well, at first it had Mora on art, helped a lot.
Yes, Dan Mora, man, that guy is incredible.
Yeah, so
He's why I
that was
thought Go Power Rangers.
yes.
And then he left. I'm like, well, I guess I'm out of here.
Absolutely. Dynamite, the return of Evil Ernie for the old school 90s Chaos fans. Ernie's back. It's been a while. They'll pull him out every few years. But yeah, you know, if you like your Evil Ernie, give it a look. Some indie stuff. A book that was surprisingly good this year from Aftershock gets a sequel with Maniac in New York, which is just Jason Friday the 13th sort of deal.
That was awesome. I read the first couple
It
issues.
was a good book, eh?
Yeah.
Really nice art. So obviously this is the sequel. So it's Jason 2. Oh, but yeah, I thought that looked all right. This one also just because it's strange. Mother F Goose.
Yeah,
What?
I had a look at that.
What is that?
Supposedly they've done a few before. I'm trying to find the page where it's on. But it's a prestige format one shot. It's fairy tales meets pulp fiction.
Sold.
Oh.
Yes.
Damn.
The three little pigs are gluttonous casino owners.
I'm in.
Yeah, same, right? Little Miss Muffet is a hard hard-nosed cop with arachnophobia. The 3 blind mice are impaired assassins. Yes. Picking up from Little Red Hood, and along came a spider.
Oh, so this is the third one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whether they're complete connected, because one of them was Little Red Riding Hood was at a different publisher, so
Okay.
they're just thematically the same or storyline.
style, yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, just that picture when I'm flicking through previews, I was like, what is this?
Yeah,
And
buddy.
same thing. Three Little Pigs gluttonous casino owners. I'm like, oh, I'd be ordering some of these.
And if it's any good, we need to try and find the old ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be definitely looking to see if they're available still.
Definitely.
Jess,
yes.
that wrestling one.
That's my next one. Oops,
yeah, is
one.
it?
That's my next one. Sorry, this one.
Oh,
Crimson Cage.
Oh
Wow.
boy, a retelling of Macbeth, except with professional wrestlers.
oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Both works of art.
Yep. So I thought that'll definitely get a look just because of the oddness. Anything that absurd is worth a look, I feel.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
dude gets visions of like world championship belt or something, and he has to do questionable things to get it.
Of course.
It's great.
I don't deal. I'll watch professional wrestling. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, it works.
Pretty much the same.
And lastly, this one was for Dave's benefits, the new Cowboy Bebop from Time.
Yep. So it's only a 4-parter. I'll jump on it because I'm a
based
sucker.
on the new Netflix show, I take it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just looked at the
Trailer just hit.
Mm.
Well, I guess what do we think of the trailer?
It looks okay. Very.
It seems like it's a shot-for-shot remake of the opening credits of the
Yes.
cartoon. So it's more the opening credits of the show.
Yeah, not really a trailer.
I mean, but it works as a trailer.
I think the action scenes are going to work like a Speed Racer vibe, where it's just popping out. Like it's just focusing on characters. It's going to make a background whatever it needs to be. Like it's not going to be super realistic, but it's going to be, I don't know, just artful, I guess.
Stylized.
Yeah.
Like the cartoon, like the anime.
Yeah.
Just like
When
that,
they first
yeah.
announced it, I was very, very like skeptical. Like, why? Don't do it.
Yeah, because anime to live action, it's not a
You can't
transition.
ruin it.
It's
to
never
make it
really worked. I mean,
But
Yeah, what's worked?
Darjo, Ghost in the Shell, maybe.
That's
No, that's
probably.
garbage.
That movie was
I like that.
boring.
I liked it.
Nah, it was not
Yeah, even like because they're doing a One Piece one live action. It's like,
Ooh.
good. American or Japanese?
Give me a live action Ninja Scroll.
But when the Japanese make the live action stuff, because they know the ridiculousness of the anime, they can make the movie
but
okay.
like doing sort of like the powers and that, it's going to be really hard for it to translate. And also, it is like 1,000 episodes plus like 10 movies. So
Yeah, I don't think they'll encompass the whole series in that one movie.
well, then they're just not doing it justice, and they should stop right now.
I think Hollywood's planning a Gundam adaptation. That could
Man,
work because it was pretty grounded, Gundam.
Yeah, like Pacific Rim did people in robots
Yes, exactly.
pretty well.
It's
like
doable.
a million-
It's doable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a million times more grounded than
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
Just robots in space. It's very hard to ruin. They will ruin it, but it's very hard.
Yes,
to do.
they will.
But I'm looking at this opening credits of Cowboy Bebop. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Hmm.
It looks okay. It
Yeah.
may not translate to the show being good.
Yeah, it looks like it got the vibe, right?
Yeah, it does have the vibe,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah, I've never seen anything of it, so I
Yeah, me neither.
got excited by the trailer. I think it looks like it could be cool. I'm actually intrigued. Might go back. I'm just wondering now: is it worth going back and watching the original first, or
watch
should
it
I just-
after the show. I would say if you've
Yeah,
never seen it,
that's what
watch
I'm
the show
thinking.
first and then watch
the
the
show
anime.
first and then watch the anime.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do it that way.
Because if you like the show, you'll like the anime. If you hate the show, you'll like the anime.
True.
That way you're less mad
yes,
if the show's terrible.
That's a really
yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
kind
I
word
like
of
it.
advice.
I like it.
Well,
Okay.
I guess while we're on anime talk, shall we go to this week's anime stuff we're
Oh
watching?
yeah.
Do you want to go? Hold on, we've got
Yes.
trailer first, right? Hit Monkey.
Oh, yeah. We can go that.
Yeah.
I mean,
While we're on trailer talk,
want-
fine.
Made you sick, right, Dylan?
It had a
Shocked you
weird
wanna bring
frame
it up.
rate. Yeah, it had a weird frame rate.
God, young people complain about strange things.
Yeah,
No,
I
didn't
get you.
notice
I
it-
get you. It's not smooth. It's
Yeah,
jumpy.
Dave knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
frame rate dead set. It's a young person thing. Our
Yeah,
eyes just clearly don't work that fast.
Colourblind
Yeah,
boy.
that's pretty much.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? It looks
I have
fine.
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I didn't
Steph
notice
can't
it, but
notice
I wasn't really
that
paying
either.
attention to it because I don't really care about it that much.
Really?
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Marvel's
no interest.
Hitmonkey? Everyone wants
No
to see
interest
Marvel's
in this.
Hitmonkey. I can't wait to see Marvel's Hitmonkey. Marvel's Hitmonkey is going to be the best.
And he's saying that because Marvel have taken the name off Marvel
Yes.
Hitmonkey.
Because it's
Because
too
they-
violent.
Yeah.
Because now they're
too
owned by
violent.
the mouse, it's that doesn't work.
Just make an icon thing. Ah.
Max.
Max.
Yeah, Max. Yeah. Just-
Yeah,
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
need the Marvel logo because it's going to have nothing to do with Marvel.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't bother me really, to be honest.
It's
But yeah,
fine.
I'm with you, Nitin. I'm like, Hitmonkey, I just don't care.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really care either.
I'll
but
go. I'll
it's-
watch the cartoon because it might be something cool.
Yeah,
A monkey
Sudeikis,
assassin.
Sudeikis is in it. That's always fun. Getting
Yes.
his voice.
Yes.
And it's not based around the MCU, so it's something at least outside the scope of what we're getting recently.
yes.
So I'll take it with both hands.
No, you can't be
and
worse than the animated series we were watching.
Well, and it can't be worse than MODOK, so that was the only other thing we've got recently.
Oh, dead
Yeah.
set.
did you finish that, Foms?
No, I thought about it and then I had better thoughts and didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want
Nah.
to pass the first episode.
I think I got 4 in. Once
Yeah,
they
nah.
went on the work retreat, yeah, that's where the company retreat. That's where I gave up.
Fair enough too.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I'm keen for this. It's again not hanging out for it, but it's when it jumps on Disney, I'll be watching it. If it jumps on Disney, if they're allowed to be on that channel, on that streaming service.
Oh, for
Who
sure,
knows?
bro.
It'll be on there. They
That's
won't
what Star's for.
lose that. Yeah,
Mm.
Of course.
they won't put a name on it, but they'll take
There
ownership
worse.
of it.
There will be worse things on there than Hitmonkey. I tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
We saw something earlier this week that was worse
Much
than
worse.
anything I've ever seen.
Mm. Well,
Can't wait to talk about that.
All right, what's next, Dylan?
Okay. Got an announcement to talk about from Nintendo. Okay, so I was watching their Nintendo Direct live stream. I
Gosh,
don't
you
know
were.
why.
Gosh, you were.
I don't know why, because I got a new Metroid game for the first time in 15 years, so I'm happy. But I was like, I guess I'll watch it.
On the Switch. Look, it's
And
done.
And then the man himself, Shigeru Miyamoto, comes on, creator of Mario, Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong. He comes on and he's like, I've got some news to share with you guys about the voice cast of Super Mario Brothers, the movie. And oh boy.
Did
Chris
they announce
Pratt-
the movie beforehand though? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Oh,
I don't-
okay.
I don't remember
Yeah, I
being
didn't see that
announced,
either.
but that's fine. Go
They
ahead.
announced, Illumination Studios, the guys that did Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, I believe,
Okay.
and some other stuff, is doing the movie. And yes, Chris Pratt is playing Mario.
I
I
don't
was
know
just in
about that
disbelief.
studio then,
Why?
because the animation style in those two movies are very very deformed looking characters.
I think that's more of a choice.
Exhibit
though.
A.
Look at Mario.
Head, bro.
So you got Chris Pratt as Mario. You got Charlie Day as Luigi. Actually works pretty well. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I can see that.
Jack Black as Bowser.
Totally.
It's just really weird.
Yeah. You would have picked none of them.
No.
Right? None of them.
Well,
You
Chris
were-
Pratt
You were
said,
casted couch.
he's not going to do like his own voice as Mario. He's going to put on a voice for
Yeah,
Mario.
clearly.
So.
I don't
Cancel.
know. Can you get? He
Cancel.
can't put on an Italian accent these days.
I know, they have a
No.
perfectly
There's
fine
no-
Mario.
gonna-
to
that's not
use.
gonna fly.
The thing with Charles Martinet is, he's cool when Mario talks for 2 seconds. But if you're doing a whole movie, I feel like that
Yeah.
voice would get really annoying.
Yeah,
And they're smart
That's
and they could tell
good
that.
point. And I'm like
Yeah.
Bob
I agree.
Hoskins in live action didn't put on
Exactly. You've got two
Italian
options.
accent.
Nah, you just gotta have a New York.
Yeah.
Hit that. I think.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's how you make it stomachable for a
I'm
a
walking
movie.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cartoons, Bob Hoskins, Lou.
Well, Banner.
Yeah.
Catman was the best for a drunk. He was Cindy Lauper's dad.
For about
Just
3
wanna have
minutes.
fun.
A couple of video clips. A couple of video clips.
So yeah, it's a weird casting.
Oh,
Very
bro.
weird.
But it it'll work.
Yeah,
it depends
yeah.
if you've got writing
Maybe
and
good.
stuff. It may be good.
You can't do worse than the first time, could you?
No.
Don't imagine so. Not with animated either. Like
No,
you've got
exactly,
you've got
exactly.
so much more realms open to you with
Yeah.
low cost. It's just time and pixels. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do a movie, proper Mario movie in animation as opposed to live action.
Yes, like actually have it look like
Mhm.
Mushroom Kingdom and all that.
But at the same time, I think you can't don't do too much game spots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just use the setting and the look sort of thing as much as you can. But I don't want to see him jumping up and hitting bricks. You know,
Well,
like,
why
You
not?
will
Why
get
not?
that.
yeah, I don't know, man. Just be a bit more straight with it, I feel.
Like a fantasy kind of story.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Be fun and silly, but not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Just don't go too deep and boring
We'll
like
see.
Madagascar 1.
Madagascar 1. Okay.
Oh man, that movie was so boring. Like, I don't care about your relationship quarrel between the zebra and whoever else, or the lion. Like,
But Ben Stiller.
And Chris Rock had a
Interspecies erotica.
oh, pretty much. It was like a relationship tiff. Like,
Dave's not a big
so-
fan of that.
No. So is that so? What that movie's due out next year? End of next year?
Yes.
I think so, December-ish or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
That was like the one big announcement in the whole live stream. It was a bit weird.
oh, there was another one. They're
What was
bringing
that?
out additional, like, with your membership, they're bringing out an additional add-on that you can play your old Nintendo 64
Oh,
games.
it's the biggest scam.
Shut up.
What do you mean? What? Sorry.
Like, okay. On the Wii and on the Wii U, you could buy like NES games and Super NES games and N64 games, right? So if you
Yeah.
want to play Super Mario 64, you can buy it for like $10 and you can play it.
Mhm.
But on the Switch, if you want to play those old games, you have to subscribe to their online service,
yeah,
like
yeah.
PS Plus style. And that's the only way to get these games on the Switch. And they've just added N64 games to it.
Yeah.
So I can't buy Super Metroid on my Switch. You can play it on your Switch, but you have to have their online subscription to play it.
What's the online subscription day?
$10 a year or something, is it? Or
Something like that.
Yeah, because they've charged me twice now.
It's only like
Talk
$30
about
a
that.
year for your personal one. And then they'll
You have
probably
to
just
buy-
add it on for $10 a year.
Do you have to buy the games after as well?
No.
No,
No,
it's
they're there.
So
included.
they're part of the membership.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
part of the
that's-
membership.
That's not that bad.
That's
then.
right. Because and you got
No,
NES games, you got SNES games, now you got Nintendo 64
Yeah.
games.
Dylan doesn't like it
Fine.
because you have to pay for it like 3-4 times.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't really play
You're right.
online. I would just,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to play
yeah.
Super
To play,
Metroid.
yeah. Where
Yeah.
if I could just buy that for $5,
Yes,
that's gonna
absolutely.
you're going to get more use out of that.
Wait, so
Man.
you have to be online to play them. You can't download them up as a member and then play it like offline.
I think you
I
can
think
play
download
offline.
it.
Yeah.
You play them
Yeah.
offline.
Because, man,
So,
I think I've bought Super Metroid at least 4 times already, and I have no qualms with buying it again.
One time
Just
off
let me. Just let me buy it again.
Fair
well,
enough.
pretend that your subscription is you buying it.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah, but
There you
it's
go.
every month.
Hey, it's putting out good content. Subscribe to its Patreon, okay?
It's a Super Metroid tier.
I'll just stop being lazy and just play it on my 3DS because I've got it on my 3DS.
Yes, it's probably the best idea, Dylan.
I
You old.
want to play it on the
man.
Switch.
So,
I'm
man.
playing on the Switch. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty, I think it's time to talk about Star Wars
Yeah.
Visions.
Yay.
It was a 9-episode anthology kind of series. Different animation studio working on each episode.
I think there was only like 3 or 4 animation studios
Oh, yeah?
between the 9. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
there was
okay.
more. No, there was
Yeah.
more. There was different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was more than like one studio worked on like 2 or 3 or
Yeah,
something like that.
that's-
Yeah.
Cool.
Very
Very
interesting.
But they were so good.
That was
So
great. Yeah. And if
Just-
you don't like it, you're an idiot.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave's correct though.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty true. Like you got nine episodes there. average run time is about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And spanning across just crazy
Animation styles.
Yeah, anime styles, animation styles. That first one, that sketchy, just that charcoal look was sensational. That you could not have kicked it off any better with that dual one.
That was my third favorite.
Nah, that's the best one.
That's the best one. It's a Kurosawa Saruman movie with Star Wars.
Well, that's what Star Wars was.
Right?
That was his biggest influence,
It's like full circle. Just
yeah.
bizarre.
But it was so good when he pulls the lightsaber out of the scabbard like a samurai sword. Yeah.
Oh, and the other
So
ones
good.
where the lightsabers were samurai swords. There was, I think in the 9th Jedi one, because I really liked that one too.
Me too,
episode
yeah.
5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Cool
I think that was the
twist.
one where we saw the twist, but we also saw a different color lightsaber too, where the lightsaber would go to the color of that person.
Yeah.
And the young girl it was like that black and like that.
It was colorless. It was like a colorless.
I'd take that color, to be honest. I reckon that looked excellent.
Mhm.
But yeah, that twist when they all bamfed. Okay, it's on now. So 1, 3, and 5. When I watched the first 5 episodes, were my standouts.
Must say that I thought there was clearly some of them were going to be sick,
Of course, I didn't expect it.
right?
Well,
Maybe not
so
all.
spoilers.
I thought some of them were.
You,
But I
the
didn't
main,
expect all of them.
the ones talking a lot, you're like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And one of the guys does Zorro's voice in One Piece, because I watched it in Japanese and did the captions.
Yeah.
And that's because Japanese, but like it was weird because the subtitles are a bit offset to the bottom left of your screen instead of the middle. I think I only did the middle of your screen on the last like 2 episodes or something like that. But yeah, watching Japanese, if you can't really hack the voice acting, then try Japanese, because I don't know, to me it has a better feel.
See, Dylan asked me what I watched it,
Think
and I was like, I watched it with the English voiceovers because it's made for the Western market.
Yeah.
It's made for Disney Plus.
Yeah, if it was adapted,
Yes.
if it was originally made Japanese and then adapted for us, I'd probably watch
Yes,
like you watch
same.
Dave. But for this, I didn't even think
It was made for us.
There
Not
are
made for Japan.
some tropes
too white bread.
like in the acting that tend to come out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very like you won't notice it, but yeah, I do. So
Yeah. The animation styles was that the Astro Boy one, the animation styles.
I love that Astro Boy
That was
one.
fun.
It wasn't
Yeah.
great, but I just really enjoyed it.
Toby.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
every time he spoke, I'm just like, oh, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Astro Boy and Mega Man.
yeah.
His master was just freaking Dr. Light. If you guys
Yes,
remember what
yes.
Dr. Light looks like.
Yes. The Elder episode, that old Sith dude.
That was one of my favorites.
That's definitely top 3.
Yeah.
The second last one, I really dug Lop and Ocho, which was
That was the sleeper one for me, to be honest. I at the start, I'm like, oh, okay, this could be really meh, and then it kicked in hard and it went dark. And
I was saying, if you take out the Star Wars out of that, it's just a very Japanese story.
Yeah.
It's just the most Japanese anime out of that in all of them. Maybe, out of all of them.
Yeah, no, that was very
If you
good.
take out the Star Wars reference, it's just modern Japan versus, feudal Japan.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dug that one. The Duel was great. The Ninth Jedi
What
was
you know what
great.
I
The
liked
Elder
about
was
that
good.
one was that it was the young one that was siding with the evil empire sort of thing. You know what I mean? You think if anything, it would be maybe a bit the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she's like, yeah, I don't care if they're raping and pillaging the country. Is that any chance we got? You're like, oh, I would have expected to go the other way, if anything.
And the full history story with the father, like the whole Kill Bill scene up in the attic with the passing of the sword and everything like that. That worked really, really well. That was definitely the sleeper of the lot. That was
I would like to see more of that.
yeah, like a movie on that would be cool.
The Village Bride one was probably in my bottom 3, but it did get good at the end.
I did like that one. It was just not very Star Warsy.
And a little slow, I thought.
It was very slow.
Yeah.
The over-the-topness of the twins in that 3rd episode with the double Star Destroyer and
I just couldn't
that
do
was
that.
just so
That
good.
was so good.
That could be just a little bit more personally, but I guess I was have to handle.
Like at the bit where he gets knocked out of his out of his ship and
Yeah.
he's out of space and he's got
Yeah,
the
yeah,
helmet.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
where's he breathing? And I'm like, it's anime, it's Star
Yeah.
Wars. Shut the fuck up.
Who
Just watch
cares?
this cartoon.
Just enjoy the ride.
The best
He's
part
about to
was
get
at
picked
the
back
end.
up by when he got picked back up.
The droid has a freaking
Droid
space
has a
helmet
helmet
on.
on.
And
But
at
she
that
doesn't need
point,
to breathe.
yeah, at that point I realized, okay, like
It's anime.
Yeah.
Thinking
It's
so
anime.
hard,
Yeah,
Dylan.
relax.
Yes.
freaking infinite lightsaber. He freaking goes to freaking hyperspeed on
Yeah.
on top of the X-wing.
I love that art style.
So good.
Oh, because it was very old school anime, like
Mm.
70s, early 80s sort of stuff, you know. Just
With
the
the
way-
with the modern touches on it.
yeah, of course. But
'Cause,
yeah,
they're doing a series at the moment called Premiere, which is pretty cool. Which is basically that.
Okay.
the only one I didn't like,
We got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk about it.
the band
Yeah.
one was the dumbest
Yeah.
by far. Like,
The only
Tough
thing
on
I
it.
liked about it is the
Yeah.
animation style reminded me of Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh yeah.
So that
yeah,
that
I've
really
seen
did a
bit
lot
of
for
that.
me there.
yeah, I can see it.
And Baby Boba Fett, man.
Boba
That
Fett
thing
shows
was
up.
sensational.
yeah, when everyone was little
Yeah,
she's
cheesy
adorable.
style.
Everyone was mini.
Yeah.
That was the
freaking-
best.
Bib Fortuna's adorable. Like you see Bib Fortuna just standing on his side looking like
That side of it, the story did nothing for me.
yeah.
The songs were terrible, but the animation style and everything like that was excellent. That was so much eye candy. And I'm glad they chucked it in second because you wouldn't want to get that like last or second last. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't
Like,
know. I probably
Oh.
would have taken that last over that one that was actually last. I wasn't a fan of the last one.
What's the last one?
Akakiri,
Yeah.
about the dude who's
He sounds like Tom
Oh,
Anderson.
he
who goes into
to
he joins the
dark side.
dark side because
Yeah.
of the princess.
Oh yeah,
It was
It's
okay.
okay.
that was all right.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
I thought that was the weakest one.
It just didn't finish. I didn't like the way it finished.
No, that was probably
Man.
had the
I like how each of them does like a new story though, like a different twist on a brother and sister, or just a different place story instead of the same rehashed crap. That
Yeah,
No.
and they're
Yeah.
all pretty disconnected. That you don't really
Mhm.
get Luke showing up or
No.
anybody notable.
Yeah.
They didn't rely on the
Mm,
basis of what we've seen previously, but still had those tropes, those characters you see in the background,
Mm.
certain one-liners that keep popping up.
Mm.
Well, every episode I think had. I got a
It
bad
did.
feeling about
It
it.
did, yeah, it did.
So like Boba
That's-
Fett and Django, not Boba Fett, Boba Fett and Bar Jabba were the only sort of
Yeah,
characters from
Oh,
Star Wars.
no,
the
you had the
Jewel-
tree eye. There was
Yeah,
a
the
lot
Jewel's
of other
got a
things in
lot of the bounty
background.
hunters.
Yeah,
I thought.
the Jewel did have a lot.
Oh, did it?
Just really redesigned.
Oh, hold
No.
on. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
but-
You
yeah.
got Bosk.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
are they the
Bosk
same
and
boss?
Ford-
And
Well, just
No,
as
well, I
Josh
don't
said,
think-
redesign-ish and just that just not
You can-
planting it straight in your face, going, "Oh, we're making sure you know that this is who." Like, if you notice it, you notice it. If you don't, it's cool.
Yeah.
Because none of them is
Um,
supposed to be set in continuity. It's just
That's right.
concept of Star Wars.
Mhm.
Well, concept of that
Yeah.
species.
Take what
essentially,
you
too.
want for Star
Yeah.
Wars and make shit. Basically, I think it would have just been like, cool, have some lightsabers.
and they
like
did.
overall, this show was great. I loved every episode.
It's just a killer idea.
It's just different ranking.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a
Yeah.
bad one.
No,
They're
It was
definitely
all
ones I'll
good.
be
It was
watching
just-
again and won't be necessarily watching again.
ones I like more than the others.
Yes.
Way better than what else we fucking saw that day.
Ooh.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
what?
Nitin finally swore.
I saw it before.
Yes.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
the
know,
second
I
one.
don't know.
That's the second one for the day.
But it was well worth it for what we're about to talk about.
Oh, he's already warned Dylan the other day that he's going to
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be storing
Am
that.
I censoring this?
We'll just see how hard he goes.
God.
I won't
No.
Dave it up.
All right,
Yes,
let's
thank
get
you.
into it then.
Save me some
What
work.
if this was
I'll
good?
Dave it up if you want.
Oh, it's fucking trash,
don't.
man. It's just the worst thing I've ever freaking seen. That Marvel have done. This is worse than Iron Man 3.
Oh,
I
by far.
agree.
This
Yeah,
is
okay.
worse than the Josh Trank Fantastic Four. I know Marvel didn't do that, but it's worse than that. I'd rather watch that than this
Oh.
again. No,
I agree.
this was trash.
Yeah, but this
I
is
know-
like half
I know
an hour.
It's,
Yeah,
That's an hour and a
he's
half.
not going for it.
yeah, that's true. But it was the worst, longest
If I
half
could
hour
watch
I've
the only
seen.
half hour of
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, I'll take the first half hour of that over that. Yeah.
But I at least laughed at Fantastic Four. I did not laugh at this.
No, not at all.
It's
I don't-
just
I don't want to.
embarrassing
I
and
don't even want to talk
offensive.
about it. Like,
It's just fucking
I don't wanna talk about it.
trash.
You know who it was made for? I reckon it was made for. It's like, why can't they all get along? And why is there so much conflict in
But
the
it's
world?
not even
Blah,
all get
blah,
along,
blah.
Dave. Like it was a
I don't
party
know
that's
about
going
that.
to ruin the world. Like
She wants to
it's-
blow up Thor with a nuclear weapon. I don't know about that, Dave.
No, but
Even-
like you don't count the military in this and Shield in this. You know, just like everyone's
Well,
having.
you can't count the military and Shield in this. They don't even know what's on the other side of a wall in a hotel.
Yeah.
And let's not talk about Captain Marvel's super hearing when she's 3 steps away talking to someone on a phone. Oh, it's so annoying. It was just,
Trash.
again, what was
Garbage.
the point of this what if? You've
There
got
was no
9
point.
episodes, and the problem is, once again, it's MCU. You've only got a small amount of stories and characters to choose from. And like we've already spoken about, these have all been set up for a second season, which is disgraceful because that was the only thing. Even though it was so over the top and so stupidly over the top, the last 3 seconds of the episode, I'm like, why couldn't that have been the episode?
Yeah.
What if Vision was overpowered and had the gauntlet and had
But that was
everything?
just a tacked on ending. That has
I
nothing
know
to
it
do.
was, but at least it's something.
conflict.
It's a better question than
Yeah.
what if Thor had a party and was a mama's boy? Like,
I said to Jay, like, I hate this trope in movies where the parents are out of town, so the kids are gonna have a party. Parents come back early, and you're gonna scramble to fix everything. I hate it. I hate it in movies. I hate it in this episode. I just hate it. And this episode was trash.
Mhm.
Pure trash.
adulterated trash.
It was
That's it.
everything that I hated about Thor Ragnarok, but times 1,000.
Well, like it was trash from the get go. Yeah, Fommy had already pre-warned us that I was not going to enjoy it, and he was correct. But like I'm watching him, like he's like, and it's not funny. Is the main thing. If it's funny, I can at least it's the light one. It's just the funny, goofy one, even though they're all goofy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like
totally.
fine, but it wasn't funny. It's one gag that's not even funny. The whole movie. But the final straw for me, halfway through, when Surtar, why is Surtar at Thor's party? Just
100%.
hanging out at the Statue of Liberty. I was like, this. I wanted to throw something on the TV.
You're just throwing everything you can at it to try and make it funny or to try and make like more in jokes that aren't even in jokes for any particular reason. Because there's no rhyme or reason on why he should be there because he is Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was terrible.
And like for me, it's like I see.
Oh,
people
sorry.
comment-
He's also scared of Frigga.
Yes,
Surtur was because he's there welding the
Yes.
bloody arm back on.
I've
Oh.
seen people. You just don't get it because he didn't have Loki as a brother. He didn't have any humility. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. Thor, just because he's got Loki, doesn't have humility. Even in your own MCU, he's still a knob in the first movie. He doesn't.
He's
find
worse than he
humility
was.
until he comes here. And he takes his power away. That's the whole point of Thor always in Marvel. He was a spoiled little rich boy doing what he wants because he's the prince. Knob, starting fights everywhere. No respect for anyone. Gets sent here, stripped of his power, stripped of his rank and title, and he learns to be not a wanker. But Loki's got nothing to do with him being a knob or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, and like Odin banishes him. Odin did that.
Yes.
Loki messed around with it
Irrelevant.
towards the end,
yeah.
but Odin did it. So he
Yeah.
would have been taught that lesson
Because
anyway.
he's the one that put the curse on Mjolnir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
not
the
the
whole
curse,
point,
but the
Enchantment.
enchantment. Yeah. So,
It's got nothing to do with Loki.
and there was another opportunity that would have been a better story around Loki not being the brother and the relationship or something between them.
Because you see
And
him, you
him
first
trying
see
to
him as
take
that giant
over-
frost giant. I'm like,
Bring it
okay.
on.
And then, mother from another mother.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
Shoot me now.
Yeah, why does he like Frost Giants now all of a sudden? It's just, I know we're in the minority because I've seen most people
Yeah.
rate this,
Way too many,
but
unfortunately.
as with all things, they're wrong and we're right.
I'll be honest. I don't mean to offend you. You like it, you like it. Good for you. But I think a lot of people just sheep out on the MCU stuff and just it's great because it's Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And they just go along with the flow. Like way
And-
too many people.
Don't get me wrong.
It's shit.
In the mid '90s, we were screaming for all this stuff, and I know we're now probably picky because there is so much of it, and we should just be grateful we're getting these things. But you can only be grateful if you're getting these things if they're worth getting.
Yeah, it's
Like-
important to be like criticize it.
100%.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go, oh, thank you so much for just giving us these characters. Give us these characters with good storylines and good.
It should have been like what Visions was out of continuity, out of MCU, just what if stories that have nothing to do with the movies. But no,
I understand why they chose
that's
them.
their bread and butter.
While I
Yeah.
think it limits their options, I do understand why they did make that
Yeah,
choice.
yeah, I get that.
But
isn't the whole perpetuity around this whole thing is if you do good stories like that and give it to a broader audience, then people will go, oh, there's so many other characters, there's so many other cool stories. Where can I find out more about
No,
these?
yes.
Oh, it's my local comic book shop.
yeah, but they
It's my
don't care
local-
about that.
Yeah, they care about putting it
They don't
out.
care
It's
about
like,
that.
oh, we're going to debut this character in this movie. You'll
couldn't
pay
give it-
300 million to watch it.
Disney couldn't give a crap if I sell 1,000 issues of
No, but
Avengers
then it-
or one. They don't.
But it's just going to self-perpetuate.
But at the same time, people wouldn't have watched it in the numbers at all. How many people watched their Spider-Man cartoon or their, like
Yeah.
the pool is having, hey, look, we've got,
And the names and the
people doing the
voice
voices.
actors. Yeah, man.
that's, I totally understand. I thought from the get-go, it limits their story options,
Big
but
time.
you could have done better than what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because as it stands, like, I don't even want to watch next week, right? I will, but they got Buckley's chance and me watching season 2 if they're all just sequel episodes,
Mm-hmm.
which
Just
I have
seems
no
to be the
doubt is
case.
what it's going to be. I'll pick and
And-
choose. I'll watch the Peggy Carter one.
Yeah.
And that might be about it.
Yeah, that episode
I can't
just
watch more of this.
soured me completely on season 2.
Yeah.
Especially with Attack on Ending, which is sort of the
Best part is only 2 left.
What do we got
it's
left?
just
We don't know. There's a picture of what looks like a strange-looking Star-Lord on IMDb for episode 9, but IMDb also had zombies in episode 7, so who knows? So, yeah.
Because
Don't know
like,
yet.
we've got a cat movie. We've got a cat one. This was a Thor one. We got Black Panther one. Sort of got a Guardians one. We sort of got an Ant-Man themed
Well,
one.
it looks like we're getting another Guardian-style one for the
Hmm.
last episode, but and a bit of Wakanda in there as well.
I don't think we've really had an Iron Man one, to be honest.
Well, I guess
The Killmonger one had a bit of it, but
Yeah.
there was more Black
Killmonger.
Panther than
Yeah.
Iron Man, I felt. I don't think there's... And maybe because they don't have Downey, there's not a push for it.
a Hulk-ish one, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ah, the what if should be, what if Hulk didn't leave? World War Hulk. I could see some actual World War Hulk stuff.
Hmm.
That'd have been good.
Yeah, just go through all like proper World War Hulk
Yes.
instead. And he fights like,
But see, that even happened when they did that original Planet Hulk movie.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get Better Ray Bill. They had to change it to
other way around.
other way around.
Yeah, it was meant to be Surfer,
Yeah,
right?
good on
Yeah.
the surfer.
Yeah.
That's good
Well,
contractual.
that was contract. I'll take that back then. That was still good though.
Garbage. It was trash. It was
Yeah,
minus five stars.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's no redeemable part of it.
No.
The other
No,
ones
zero.
I've not liked, at least some part you're like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
You know?
Black
No.
Panther in space as Star-Lord. That was not great, but
Better than this.
yeah,
It had a
100%.
story.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a stretch that this much changes and all these people listen to this random kid from Africa.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But this was just, it was one gag.
It wasn't
Oh,
even a
Mum's
gag.
coming
It was
home.
just terrible. Terrible.
Yeah?
Garbage. Trash.
Nah,
Trash.
rubbish. I didn't want to talk about it. What did you make me talk about it for? I'm going to be angry for the rest of the afternoon.
Because it makes for good entertainment.
Maybe they'll watch this and improve.
Oh, I
No.
doubt that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop tagging them in my Instagram posts. We ain't gonna get free shit when we yell at them about how crap their cartoon is.
We don't get it in the first place.
True.
That's true. Hook us up, bro. Come on.
Okay, we've got that garbage out of the way. Let's get to the good stuff, Fummy.
Well, this is what I had to do that night instantly. I thought I need to wash that out.
Yeah.
That's why I'd watch all of the Visions. Because I had to just
Yeah, same.
scrub that out of my
Cleanse it.
face.
That's why I watched Five Visions straight after.
Flush
what
it
if
from your system.
there was a purge.
Well, firstly, Dylan, since you have not seen it,
Yes.
take it away.
Thoughts, sir.
Man, this is an incredible movie. It
it
was hilarious.
The best part is, Dylan, you're going to find this incredible movie even more incredible the next couple of times you watch it. because there's so many other little one-liners, little quips, little looks, stuff in the background, just everything that you're just going to find over and over and over
The
again.
one random scene where they got herpes.
Yeah, and then the other
Yeah.
one's got herpes, and then they're all got herpes.
Yeah.
I noticed some of that actually.
Yes.
It's just little things.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Dave?
Yeah. Even
Okay.
the like a chick with a tambourine, you reminds you of like, was it Chuck Berry and Lennon going at it?
Yeah.
Like there's a really funny clip on the internet. If you watch Bill Burr like just talk about that,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. It's I think it's a Christmas concert. It's Chuck Berry and it's John Lennon and it's Yoko Ono. And Yoko, they kind of had to cut Yoko's mic because she's just doing her Yoko Ono craziness. And there's a split second of Chuck Berry looking at John Lennon, and it's like, your woman is nuts. That's the nicest way I can put it. You definitely need to hunt that down, guys and girls out there.
Look at that.
I think this is my favorite movie. Like, favorite. I can watch this movie over and over and just still laugh at every line. I don't know. Someone else talk. I'm lost for words.
But it goes to 11.
Because this one goes to 11. I think
Dude, that
one of my
cracked me up.
favorite little sections of it is at the start where they're talking about the so Spinal Tap, for the people that don't know, and if you don't know, you really need to know. It's an amazing documentary, mockumentary, rockumentary about a fake British loudest, most punctual band come from Britain called Spinal Tap, and this is through their later part of their career and going through following their tour back into America, releasing, I think, their 16th album, Smell the Glove, which I own 2 copies of on vinyl, the original Polydor version. And open up Gatefold, it's got all the other albums, Shark Sandwich and Intravenous to Milo. So there's talking about the quotes, and they're talking about Intravenous to Milo, and this tasteless cover is a good indication of the lack of musical invention within. The musical growth of this band cannot even be charted. They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality and bad poetry. And then Nigel just comes back and goes, it's just nitpicking, isn't it?
Nigel.
Oh, Nigel. So, yeah, the ups, the downs, the hotel incidents, the cameos. Fran Drescher is Bobby Fleckman. We get the Mines, Billy Crystal and Dana Carvey. Who else comes in? Artie Fufkin is
Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer from the David Letterman band.
Angelica Houston designed the Stonehenge.
Says 18 inches.
18-inch Stonehenge.
Man, what got me into playing guitar as a kid was Guitar Hero 2, right?
Yes.
One of the songs from this movie is in Guitar Hero 2. So
Tonight,
because
I'm
of
gonna rock you
that,
tonight.
for ages, I thought Spinal Tap was a real band.
Band.
They are.
And I thought
They
this
are.
was
What are
like
you
an
talking
actual
about,
movie about a real band.
This is
Love
a
it, Dylan.
documentary.
Well,
a
this is the funny
rockumentary.
thing, Dylan. They are actually a real band because
Now,
when Spinal Tap first came out, the way their contract was written is they had to keep continuing bringing something out every certain amount of years. I don't think it's 20 years. I think it's like 8 or 10 years. So they had to bring something out, or the rights would revert back to the film company, and they would lose all the money in perpetuity.
Sort of like,
and all the rights.
the way Daredevil at Fox.
Yeah.
They had to make a movie.
So
Same
they
thing.
would have to release a single or go on a fake tour or release another album or be on Simpsons or however it works. So when they were on The Simpsons, they were actually released a album which was called a single called Blow Like the Wind. And that was what they were singing in The Simpsons with this T-shirt with Kicking Muammar Gaddafi. So that was one of the reasons why you still see them coming out. I think when they came out, they were actually interviewed by the guys from The Late Show, and that's where they first got their relationship with Harry Shearer, because when they were interviewing them on radio, they wouldn't break character. And if you got this on DVD, the DVD commentary is them still in character, and a lot of the DVD commentary is them trashing Marty DeBurgi about how for doing a
Betrayed
dirty
him? Yeah.
and making them look like they're idiots. So Yeah, so when they were doing the Simpsons, the everything like that, they were re-releasing different albums. I think they've released 3 different albums. There's 2 different books you can get. I got one book up in Port Macquarie. It's this big black book. It's got posters in it. It's got music stubs. It's got everything. It's actually got the cover of what the cover for Smell the Glove was supposed to look like, which is quite an interesting picture.
Oh, I haven't seen that because I've got that book too. I haven't actually had a real good flick through it.
Definitely have a flick through. It's worth looking at because it's that's that fine line between sexy and stupid. So
because sexy,
sexist.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about this film. If I told him once, I told him 1,000 times. I wanted Spinal Tap first and Puppet Show second. Janine, that accent, her character, she's just brilliant. His wife, the jumper she makes for him, he doesn't want to get it dirty and he doesn't want the others to see it.
Yes.
Her just the stuff on his lip because they're all giving each other herpes to all the groupies.
But just the running gag of the drummers.
Oh.
What I mean?
That's the other thing. Going back to Guitar Hero, Dylan.
Yes.
You've got if you do Battle of the Bands and you play Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight, at the end of the song, the drummer blows up in the rock battle. Because I think up to 12 people a year, spontaneous combust. It's just not spoken about much. The drummer that was in the bizarre gardening accident.
Yeah.
And Nigel says the authorities said it was just best left unknown.
It's such a good movie. A lot of it is improvised.
That's the best part.
How they do
100%.
it. Because it's written by Shira McKean and Guest.
Yep.
And Rob Reiner, Marty DeVerge himself.
And so it's just the scenes are set and it's do what you want.
Yeah, so they do like
there's many different takes and as way you go. I think the unsung hero and doesn't get enough credit is Viv. I know he only gets a couple of scenes, but the scenes he get, the scene in the bus where he's tripping balls and just doesn't know what's going on with that Atari video game, and then when they've broken, Nigel's left and they're trying to work out what songs they can play, and they're like, "Can you do that?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I've got 2 hands, I can do that." And his quote at the end is just to have a good time all the time. You can't sum it up any better than that. He's just such a geezer. Oh, it's so good. Stonehenge. Do we need to talk about Stonehenge? So Stonehenge is a play on, so one of the later Black Sabbath tours, they wanted these massive big columns. And instead of them being, I think it was supposed to be 30 foot or 18 foot, they were 18 meters tall. And for 3/4 of the shows they played in America, they didn't fit in any of the stadiums or any of the shows. So they did the opposite and did a Tony Stonehenge that was, what was the line? It was in danger of being trampled by dwarfs. It's just, I would have loved to have seen the costumes that Janine came up with for the star signs with the crab and the lions. It just, you just can go on and on and on. And as I said, the lines just keep coming. And the shirt, I want that yellow shirt. I went looking for it again last night because you got people wearing them in the crowd too. That yellow musty Spinal Tap shirt. The only thing I think, because of the age, I think it was 1984. If the movie had been recorded in doubly, I think that probably would have just made it a little bit better. I can't say enough. So Dylan, being that this is your first entry into this style, and I know how much of a dog lover you are, I think the next movie you need to watch is Best in Show. This is where they bring in Eugene Levy, and he just, they talk about, they met, him and his wife meet at a disco where he's sitting down because he can't dance because, they talk about people with 2 left feet. He's actually he literally has 2 left feet in this movie. He used to walk around in little circles when he was a young kid.
This is like competitive dog shows.
So it's a competitive dog show. It follows 5 different couples and groups of different people that enter their dogs into the big dog show.
And yeah,
Um,
improvised dialogue.
Same thing over again. Guest is in it. McKean's in it.
Was Carell in it?
No,
Shiri, you mean?
Steve.
no,
Carell.
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Carell? No,
Oh.
no.
Because they like Best in Show is one of them. They've done like a few movies before that.
Yeah, so you've got A Mighty Wind, which was actually after that, which
Mm.
is the three guys back together, but it's different bands, folk bands. That
There's
was
Waiting
quite
for
good as
Government,
well.
which was community theatre.
Yes.
There's For Your Consideration, which is
About the Oscars,
Oscars.
and Oscars and movies for your consideration. And then there's also on Netflix Mascots, which is all about competitive mascot.
So, yeah,
The football
it's-
teams and stuff like that.
and it's them, and it's like all improvised. So it's all great
Yeah,
stuff.
all great. Best in Show is probably your next best go-to, I reckon, for
awesome.
for want to know what you
And
like.
yeah, there's the same actors in most of them. They're all from improv backgrounds, so they know what they're doing. Most of them are comedians.
Yep.
So
So yeah, I don't think anything needs to be said. If you haven't seen this movie, you need to see this movie. It's funny. I think a couple of quotes from actual music artists. I think Edge from U2 said, "I didn't laugh. I actually it was sad because it's so true to life." I think it was the guys from Whitesnake said, "Were they filming us?" Wasp was
Danzig
close to the
from-
same. Danzig.
like a lot of them are like just us. What the heck?
Yeah. I think, sorry, the other thing I need to talk about is where their hotel gets stuffed up and they're in the lobby just looking at different pamphlets and the other rock star walks past. And as they walk past, as you leave, they're like, the manager's like, we'd love to stay and chat, but we've got to go into the lobby and wait for our limo.
Yeah.
But as they walk away, they're like, see you, mate, see you, wanker. What a wanker.
Yeah.
It's like, we had to apologize in our set for how bad he was. They were still booing him when we were on stage. That line is just golden. I can just keep
Well,
talking about this
how
for
many
hours.
movies create a genre? Not
Yeah.
many. And it did.
Definitely,
Sure.
definitely.
I
Yeah.
love the guitar. It's like this one has still the tags on it. And it's like, no, don't touch it.
Don't even look at it. Don't even look at it.
I wasn't gonna touch it. I was just gonna point it. Don't even do that. No. In fact, don't look at it. Don't look at it.
So good.
It's like in the staying power. It's like, oh, it would if it was plugged in.
I just love that they played their own music too.
Yep,
It wasn't just fake.
Oh yeah, and wrote
yeah.
that
was
they
really
wrote it
cool.
all. So the soundtrack on Spotify and the album, which is "Smell the Glove," the Black Album, is all the different songs, but all the old songs too, like "Listen to the Flower People" and "Give Me Some Money." All those old songs are all on the Cups and Cakes, Big
Oh, cool.
Bottoms. I remember I was in Vegas. Dana and I were walking around different casinos, and we were in the Luxor, and there was a band just playing different rock music and taking requests and stuff. And we're sitting there, and someone must have requested Spinal Tap, and they're playing Big Bottom, and I'm up the back singing along, and they're like, "Thanks, that's for the one person that requested it. No one else knew what that was." And you just hear the drummer go, "That guy in the back was singing every word." Yeah, I could. Yeah, just keep talking about it forever and a day. So, ratings, I guess.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say a bad thing about it.
Nah. Yeah. 10.
It's as close to perfect as it gets. For what it is too,
11.
God damn it! That is the better answer.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to get a chance to say it. I thought you both were going to say it. And if I could find that beautiful piano piece somewhere for my wedding, I think I'd love to get it. Lick my love pump.
So good, eh?
That's really cool.
It was.
Farm worker.
Well, that's the thing. It's the
Uh,
it's the high class thing about the sex in the farm and bringing it together. Oh, so much class. So much class. Thank you for letting me bring Spinal Tap to the masses.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't know how I've gone through my life without having seen that movie.
Did Steph enjoy it?
She loved it too.
Excellent.
We both loved it. We both
Love it.
just cracking up
You can't go
the whole
wrong.
time.
Oh.
I'd probably give it a 9. I just
Nice.
don't give out 10s.
No, that's fine.
oh, sorry.
That's fine.
Very often, I don't think.
He's a picky boy.
Yes.
Do you have a 10 out of 10 movie? Just as an aside.
I don't think so.
Superman 1, probably.
No. Well, like Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yeah.
No, not even close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have a 10 out of 10 movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I'm saving it for something, but it's
So you
probably
have-
never
what do you
going
say?
to
You,
get
ha-
me.
you have
man.
not seen The Empire Strikes Back, and I take it, Dylan?
Do you have a limited number of 10s to give out, Dylan? You just holding it back.
Yeah, I've got 110 to give it out in my lifetime. I'm still waiting. Did you rate it, Dave?
Oh, I'll go 10. Yeah. I can't say the 11 because Fommy already did.
Yeah, and that's just stealing someone else's good joke.
Yeah, it was good.
Probably appropriate
like-
if Fommy said
It's
it.
like calling you the originals, and then there being another band called the Originals.
Yeah.
They change their name to the
Yeah.
New Originals, and then they change their name to the Regulars. And,
Yeah.
so they
So
become the
good.
Tents, then I guess.
It's such a good movie.
It's great.
That's the bit I love where they're in the car and he's like reading Sammy Davis Jr.'s book and it's like he starts talking and just
I don't understand it. They haven't lived in love like.
Hey, Frank.
Oh,
Is that the last of this round?
no, you lost.
Oh, so I am. Ha! Alrighty.
you lost.
All right. Next week then.
Yeah.
We will be watching American Splendor, which is the sort of biopic on
Harvey
Harvey
Pieker.
Pieker.
Yeah.
It was a underground comic guy that did
Like
a lot of autobiographical comics.
contemporary of Robert Crumb, best friend of Robert Crumb. He
The
appeared on-
movie, Paul Giamatti playing Pieker,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
we've also mixed in with Pieker,
himself.
Mhm.
narrating sort of thing, but with not just voiceover, with visual as well. Like it's a weird movie.
Yeah, it's like
Uh,
interview bits with Harvey Pieker, but it's a movie as well.
yeah, it's very odd, but
It's good.
very good.
Used to be on Letterman a lot as well
Yeah.
back in the old days when Letterman was
And he's just
late
the
at night.
most grumpy old bastard.
Mm,
you
he's
get. You know, like,
very-
he's just he finds very little joy in life.
I would reckon it's Giamatti's best thing he's done.
Oh, nails it, man, nails it.
Yeah, this and Private Parts, I think, are probably his best.
WNBC.
Yeah, definitely. I think besides his Rhino, I think it's probably his best work.
Yeah, I haven't seen this movie pretty much since it came out.
Yeah,
so I'm
it's
happy.
been
It's on
years since
Disney
I've seen
Plus,
it.
so
I forgot about it.
it's on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yes.
And after that, I think we're going to go into horror movies because it'll be
Yes.
October.
Yes.
Oh, got
Who's
my
going to
tip.
start that
Spooky.
off? We're just going to go back around, or
It'd be Dylan, wouldn't it?
no? Who started
Oh,
this?
sorry.
round out?
Yeah.
I think that's.
Dylan would have started this round, right? If I'm
Oh, yeah, so
finishing.
Dave.
Is
All
it-
right.
You'll be
Yeah, I
first
can't
of the
remember.
horror.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right. Told you, but
Yep.
Yeah.
we'll let the audience know next week.
All right,
Correct.
Cool.
indeed. All right, people.
Alrighty. Thanks for
the only
joining
thing,
us.
Sorry, the only thing I
Yes.
just want to pump, I just want to give it another plug because it's really, really good. The Marvel Method podcast. I finished it the other day.
Yep.
Killer Mike was the last one, and we got the one before that. Dan Slott was the special guest, and that was really interesting hearing a bit of Dan Slott work. Never knew he was writing Ren and Stimpy cartoons at Marvel in the 90s, so that was some interesting work. And if you're a big X-Men fan, which I know Method Man is, he's always talking about Magneto was right, and they actually have, it's quite cool. They actually have Claremont on with the last with Killer Mike. It's a really, really cool interview, and yeah, definitely give that a watch. There's only 6 episodes. I really hope they come back once this. I think they were supposed to do it face to face, but because of COVID, they were over Zoom. And I think maybe that's why they didn't do as many as they were going to do.
Weren't enjoying it as much.
Exactly right. But man, Method Man really knows his stuff and hosts a really good podcast. So highly recommend that. It's there free on Spotify. So Marvel Method, get into it, guys. Thank you.
Cool.
Alrighty. Yes, thanks for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.